Swinging back round to the New York Islanders,
Mhm.
can you give us a bit more detail about your involvement there? When did you start playing for them? How long did you play for them?
Sure.
Insight into the tournaments.
Mhm. No problem. So I've been familiar with the New York Islanders way before I actually met them or started to play with them. So my mom moved to the United States very early in my school. Yeah, so she was in the United States and I was here in Trinidad picking up hockey and moving. And she called me one day and she's like, "Hey, I just saw this team playing in the Bronx with hockey sticks. You'll be so happy when you come up here. You have to meet them. You have to play." And so I was so excited. So any vacation periods that I would take in the United States, I went searching for this hockey team. Where is this hockey team, right? Where's this hockey team with people that I can play and interact with? It so happened that I did not find them until years after when I attended college. And it was on one of our breaks from college where we were invited by one of our coaches at the university who's Trinidadian. She had a connection with some people in New York. And so she invited us there to play with the teams. So I was super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this is finally the opportunity that I would have to meet this New York Islanders team. Got to New York though, slightly disappointed because we ended up playing with a Malvern USA, Malvern is a local team here in Trinidad. And there was actually a branch, Malvern USA in New York. So I ended up playing with Malvern USA for a few years. But once they came to an end, I quickly moved over to New York Islanders. And I was in my glee because I've been hearing about them for quite a while. They've been around, been the team that Islanders would, Caribbean people would go up to and play when they're there. And it has been magnificent. The members there are so warm and so welcoming. It's like a home away from home for Caribbean people wanting to play hockey, wanting to stay involved. The thing is with them as well, it's beyond the game. It's beyond the field. They take it off. So in Trinidad, we say line when you hang out and get drinks after the games. And New York Islanders has such a huge culture for that. You find that every game day, it's a big line, so you're there, your game starts at 9 a.m. in the morning, but you're not leaving the field until after 5 because you're just hanging out and enjoying the camaraderie with the team, So Islanders, they were responsible for just bringing everybody together. They're fun, they're energetic. And so you just want to be on tour with them. You want to go to tournaments. So they'll invite you to tournaments out of state. I remember attending one in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was absolutely amazing. And that's just the culture they bring. That's just the environment that they provide for young players like myself, well, back then, to just stay involved, have fun, and enjoy the sport.
So there's a huge community of
yeah.
people there.
Yes, there was, especially during the time that I played with them, you found that once one Caribbean player found out about them, the word quickly spread. So that there was always a nice flow of players. And at that point in time, when I was in the university, we had quite a few Trinidadian and Caribbean players on scholarships as well. So you found that was just a place to meet and to just enjoy being with similar-minded people. Of course, playing the sport that we all loved.
What benefits are there to this? How has it aided you? And how old were you when you were living there?
I was in my early 20s, and it played an important role because coming out of college, there was a period of uncertainty. Right, you weren't sure. Okay, what next? I'm done. I'll be working here for 2 years in the United States. What are my options? I love playing, but where are the opportunities to play and continue to play at that level? And that's when New York Islanders came in for me. They provided again that place to still continue the sport, to still be passionate about the sport, opportunities to play on a friendly level and very competitive levels. You also found where you were able to interact with the older players and just build a network, right? So some of us would have gotten jobs or internships just interacting with the older players who are already established, right? Again, you're coming from the Caribbean, you spend 4 years in college in a nice cocoon, and then you're out into the real world in New York. Where do you go, And New York Islanders provided that shelter, that place that you can come, we're family, we know what you're going through, we can help, in addition to playing sport, we can put you into certain careers that can help you guide your path and just keep you during that period where you're just not quite sure what's the next move. So I'm truly, truly grateful for them and all the members that are really contributed to my development during that period.
So it sounds like it was a stepping stone between living at home and living and moving abroad.
Correct. It was so that even when I had to eventually leave New York and move back home to get married, it was a heart-wrenching period. You felt as though you were really parting with family because they really stayed with you and they guided you through that period. And they moved back. They made the move back even better, because even though we missed them, they were still there to provide that bridge. We will still connect and touch base whenever there were tournaments out of state that they thought that we could have made. They would invite us. So I got invited many times to attend a few tournaments in Miami with them. And up to this day, I still get invitations to attend the Banks Hockey Festival, which is now known as the Barbados Hockey Festival. So whenever they're in Barbados during that period, I'm invited to come and play. So I actually met with them in 2018 and played in the Vets division. And it was as if you never left. The welcome was so warm. It was just yesterday that we left New York and now we're here playing together again. But the great friendships, great bonds that you're able to continue beyond the field.